I would have did this like 30 minutes ago, but console doesn't allow you to pre-update, which is awesome. Love it. Shop reset. There should be some updates. I don't know what it all changed. We'll just take a look. We'll go through. I'm probably not going to play. I really don't feel like playing Overwatch right now, but we'll go through the news. Okay, hopefully it's not Ashe. Nice. Okay, so it's the Divine Monkey Genji. 2300. Sword actually looks pretty cool. Hold on. Some real spiky shurikens there. Sword looks really cool. I'll give him props on that. It looks like a giant sai. Divine Trident. That's kind of silly, because we just got a Trident weapon charm for Poseidon Ramatra. Granted, I guess, I don't know, whatever. I digress. Pounce. That's actually kind of cool. Glad to see Genji doing actual ninja stuff. Got the spray, and you got a player icon. I'm not going to get this. I mean, it's a really cool skin, but I'm not spending 30 bucks when I have Cyber Demon Genji and his Overwatch League skin, his Pacific one, or his whatever, whichever the two. But I mean, it's a cool skin if you're a Genji player. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I like how ornate his little cloak is. Like those extra flaps on his legs. Those are pretty cool. Mask is cool. Decent skin. They still kept the Cupid in, which is nice. This Punk Pharah skin. Not too bad. Cool color scheme. Equalizer Lucio. Okay, so it's 1875 is the base. So they take it 14% off, which makes it 1600, but then I have 1216. Okay, but I can also buy this for 1,000 Overwatch coins. So when you guys get these bundles, like Equalizer, it's an old skin from Overwatch 1, right? Oh, there's also the chocolate Wrecking Ball, which, I mean, Wrecking Ball's good right now, so if you really want a skin to play him, not too bad. It's probably 10 bucks for the skin, which not worth it in my opinion, but yeah. Get the funny Candy Crush looking weapon charm. And you get a whole highlight intro, whatever. Nothing too crazy there. Poolside Ashe, okay. Still have this Battle Pass bundle, which I'm still contemplating getting. I don't think I'm ultimately going to get it, but yeah. Same old here. All of these skins are decent. I really think Pirate Ship Bastion is kind of mid. It's really not that great. Yeah, no, but there's Mei, which looks good. That Ana is really cool. But, again. Allegedly, apparently, they're also changing all of the Overwatch League skins. So every single team skin that you see now, they're getting overhauled. Because Paris Eternal is turning into a completely different team name, completely rebranding. So these Paris Eternal skins that exist now will no longer be obtainable after they go through with that update. I don't know specific dates. I just remember them briefly talking about that on Twitter. It was the official Overwatch account. So for a fact, these Overwatch 1, League skins, they will be gone. So be wary of that. Maybe, I don't know, take a look at your favorite team. Maybe get your favorite character for your favorite color scheme. I have Hanzo already. I'm not too worried. But what I think they're doing is they're changing all of the skins to the Overwatch 2 skins. So the Overwatch 2 base skins are going to become the new team skins. Not to mention a lot of the teams are rebranding as well. Like I said, with Paris Eternal, I know that team name is no longer going to exist. They have a whole different mascot, whole different color scheme. So from this point forward, Paris Eternal will not exist. I think the Gladiators are also switching up quite a few things. But yeah, there's that. I just figured I'd mention that to anyone who might be interested in it. So I don't know. I didn't even know the Gonjo charge still existed. That's wild. Personally, I'm not going to be going through any of that because they hiked up the prices on those. So it's probably going to be 2 to 3 times more expensive than it was had you bought all of those in Overwatch 1. So not worth it. Is there any patch notes? February 21st, there is. Okay, let's take this. Let's check this out. Challenges with multiple sub-criteria. No, track correctly. Okay. Okay, so they just touched up really basic stuff. Heroes Echo. Echo will no longer be able to revert to their original form when duplicating Junkrat during Riptire. Huh. So I wonder how that works. Does the Echo just die then? So in your Junkrat form, you just die if you're killed? That's such a redundant sentence. So you guys get what I mean. Because Echo, obviously, when she's knocked out of her... whatever. Shoot. Echo's a robot, whatever. I don't know. We're not going to get into the gender politics of it. But Echo... I wonder if... Yeah, I don't know. Apparently they fixed it, though. So I have to assume that when Echo does the Junkrat tire... They die. She dies. Dies, whatever. I don't know. Echo dies. If you're killed as Junkrat during Riptire. Symmetra, in a previous update, fixed the cast time for Symmetra's photon barrier being too long. Really? Gross. Previous update fixed an issue where Symmetra would lose the ability to cast new sentry turrets if they were destroyed by the equipment. Good. I'm glad to hear that. I wish they would make that permanent. Can we kill Symmetra in lore? Retail patch notes. Is that it? Is that really all it is? Oh, so there literally was nothing. So then did they just take away the... No, it's still there. So what updated then? I'm so confused. Is that literally it? Just a shop update and they made that take like half an hour? I don't know. Who knows? I know we have a current and Ask Me Anything going on, which is on Reddit, I think. So you're talking to the devs, asking them about patch notes and stuff like that. Changes, talking to them. But, I mean, yeah, that's going on if you guys are interested in that. Currently, as of, well, my time, it is 1:43, so I'm not sure. I guess we can play one game. Do they have like the 500 boost? Do we have the 500 boost? No, no 500 boost. Okay. Sure, we'll all play damage or tank. Yeah, real level, what is that? 52? 42 on the battle pass? 52, maybe? No, 43. Gross. Still hate the Zarya skin. Like, what is this, man? Come on, guys. Got this silly little Junkrat. This Sigma's cool. I know it's not actually themed, but it's space themed. I like space theme. I mean, I briefly talked about it when it dropped, but I mean, I'm excited to get this skin, even if it's not related to the actual theme of the season. And Kiriko. It's so rough with these mythics because it's like the hype is there when it initially drops. You're looking at the skin in game. You're like, wow, this is so cool. And then like 3 months later, well, maybe that's not right. A month and a half later, do we get tank? Can we play tank on E-lanes? Is that for real? Can we play Ryan? I guess we can play Hanzo. Whom? To whom? To what? Yes, tank. Very good. Very nice. Very nice. And we have the Ana. Plus Lucio, baby! Let's go! And we'll just play one game, call it good.
I'm eager to see what problems we encounter on this mission.
Keep in sight. I'll have us in and out in no time.
Hurry up! Hello!
5, 4, 3.
I haven't played Overwatch in so long. I've just been so encumbered, honestly. Between school, between work, and everything else, it's just like, man, I am exhausted. One of my buddies that I'm probably not going to be able to see for quite a while, he came over this last Monday, which is why I didn't stream, so kind of sort of sorry for that. I know that's usually my base schedule. Oh man, I hate you. Who died this? Genji's right there next to me. Our Genji is just stinky. I honestly didn't really kill anything myself, but I think my mistake was going for the Mei. If I had to guess. This Marsha is also quite a bit to handle. Come on, man. No mercy, no mercy. Oh, we got the res. Nice. Nice. I'm so glad Ryan's better. Glad they buffed him with that fire strike. Follow them all there. Let's find the point. Oh, I woke him up. I hate you, Lucio. I genuinely hate you. Really? Oh my goodness, that's so bad. That Mei freeze lasts way too long, man. That was so bad. Oh,
long time no see.
Hey, I assume that that's Star. Let me open chat. I didn't actually think we'd have anyone join. Yeah, I just went over the shop. It's just that Genji skin. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, I've just been busy recently. I'm sorry. Hope you've been well. Lucio beat? Lucio is actually bullying me. Yeah, but I hope you're well. This will probably just be the one game I'll do.
I've been okay. Am now a Feng main lad. How are you?
You're a Feng main now. What brought that upon? That's interesting. Interesting change. I mean, hey, at least your favorite character will get cosmetics every other update, which is nice. Speaking of which, do you know if the Huntress and Spirit cosmetics are limited? Like, are they? I guess you'd call it seasonal. I don't know how Dead by Daylight terms work, but like, will they be gone with the next update, or will they be like available at all times to get? It's kind of a tank diff, maybe. And I'll follow their DPS diff. And try to be a little more cognizant of our team. Go from there. Hey, really?
My lower so she relates to my competitive drive, and I am doing 10 times better as her last.
Guys, heal me! Too much.
Plus cute outfits lack the hits on you. Outfits are not limited.
They're not limited? Okay, very nice. That's good. Because I half want to get that Spirit one, I half want to get the Huntress one. I don't know. I might pick one of them up ultimately, but we'll see how that goes. Cassidy. Oh, what? That was such a lucky wall. Not the flank here. There's a cap, aren't they? Let me see, let me see. We gotta get something cheeky here. This is such, like, peak play.
I say spirit, but I know you are comfort more.
I lied. I died? It's fine. Yeah, I do like Huntress's more, but I really do like the Spirit's hat.
I will never tire of this.
Loading module loaded. Prepare for duplication.
Join me.
Ooh, Cassidy, go away.
My ultimate is fully charged. Get ready.
You have to hit it like the hugest shot ever. Can you see thing? Literally running in the walls. Okay, we got it.
So you don't abandon RE4 with the closer release of the remake?
I don't think I'm going to abandon it. Not really. I've just been really busy. Like, if I have to finish the original before I can get to the remake, that's fine with me. So I think playing the remake on my own time, even if I have to end up doing that, would be okay, because I'd be able to expedite my actual channel playthrough. And I think it's one of those games that I'll probably be playing multiple times over. Or at least I wouldn't have a problem playing multiple times over.
This calls for a self boom goes the down. Reach for the sky. Reach for the sky.
Go for this flank. Trying to be so cheeky, I'm kind of throwing the game though. Where's that? Where's
Okay,
that?
remember rhythm.
I hate this man. Genuine menace. Yeah, the Evil Within, I don't know. That one's a little iffier. I might just honestly scrap that and play it on my own time. Come on, guys, touch. Because, like, personally, I really want to play the game, but I don't think anyone on stream enjoys it. Like, I know you're not the biggest fan of it, and it doesn't seem like we're dragging in any new viewers, which that's not what it's all about, but ultimately... No shot. Okay. Killed me during my shatter. Alright, very nice. What rank is that Cassidy? Shoot, what's his name? Zero. Cool. Oh, I forgot we can do this. I'm so happy they have this. Endorse the enemy now. Freaking private.
I don't mind and I'll still be here.
Okay. I don't know, maybe we'll try a couple more streams on it, but I don't know. I definitely have to find time to get back into the whole single player streaming. Because on my own time, like, I play games when I can, and it's just so unstructured, and I have, like, no energy, so, like, right now I'm tired, so I don't know. I don't like bringing that energy into the stream itself. Like, it's just not very entertaining to have someone who's tired give commentary. At least that's just how I feel. I feel like this isn't the best I can perform and present. Especially with my gameplay, it especially suffers. So it's hard to say anything on that front. Which, I mean, single player games don't really require utmost skill, especially the ones that I play. Maybe Evil Within will, but I mean, Resident Evil 4 definitely wouldn't. It's definitely
I
more.
saw you was on DVD earlier.
Yeah, I went on to see if there's any login bonuses because I know they did have some a while ago. But I was also debating getting the Huntress's outfit. But I also waited on the off chance that Ash was was in the shop. So I definitely got to get that Ash skin. I wonder if they have it in here. I really wish they had the upcoming skins.
You know my answer if you ever ask. Laugh.
Yeah. I mean, eventually I wouldn't mind getting both of them, but like... Holy moly, Ash has a revolver in her pocket. I didn't see that. Huh. Interesting. Well, those are coach guns. How that works? I don't know. We can also buy older skins now. Does Ryan have any we're missing? I really wish they'd let you spend like 4,000 on new skins. I don't know, 3,000 or 4,000 of the Overwatch Legacy credits on newer skins. Gridiron Heart for 1,500, that's odd. I wonder why. That's not a newer skin, at least I don't think it is. Who was the last batch to get skins? I know Poison Dart Lucio was one of those that I didn't get, but that might not even... Oh, it's 1,800, okay.
Currently am getting all perks for killers. Done almost 6 killers so far.
Holy moly, nice job. Yeah, how you can grind out so much is insane to me. That's good. And one of these like time periods I want to just hunker down and get as much of my Dead by Daylight progress as I can in. Like, when just sit down and finish off my survivors, because I'm on this like weird cycle of playing Survivor for a long time, you know, prestiging a Survivor by like 1 or 2 levels, and then going to Killer for a little bit, and then Killer's miserable because I only have like 4 perks. Like, my only Prestige 3 killers right now are Demogorgon, which you don't get his perks because the game sucks. No. I think it's silly how they handled the Stranger Things characters' perks. I wish you could still unlock them through prestiging. I think it's silly that you can't.
Just a positive mindset, and because similar to you in Overwatch, I have lots of stuff.
I guess that's fair. You just kind of have that, like, sunken cost mentality. Empty Hoffy's only 1,000. I don't think there were any well, there were base Jumper Queen skins. Yeah, Circuit Breaker and Wasteland. Ew, did I equip the black metal one? Ew. I know everyone like rags on the Zeus Junker Queen, but I think it's a cool skin. But Wastelander kind of sucks. I mean, it's lore accurate, sure, but there's...
Good to be here again, by the way.
Well, yeah, I'm glad to hear that. I'm just kind of stalling for time here. Armatra, I know we had that biohazard skin, but I don't think that was... Yeah, it was just the Wandering Monk, which we have Traveling Monk, so there's no need for that. Construction's okay. Detachment, Discipline, Reverence, Wisdom.
Do you have any plans for upcoming streams?
Gosh, let me think. I don't think I'm going to be super inclined to do anything Overwatch. At least until the Ash skin gets in. Probably not, no. I mean, Resident Evil 4, if I can get the chance on next Monday to play it, I can definitely do that. That won't be a problem. Definitely get back into RE4. Oh, but yeah, no, I was talking about a game I was playing on my own time. I've been playing Heavy Rain. It's similar to Detroit Become Human. It's from the same company. I forget the name, specifically, like, off the top of my head. What the heck is it? Yeah, I'm not gonna remember the name. But yeah, if you've played Detroit Become Human, Heavy Rain is similar. Like, you can make your choices, you can do all this different stuff. It's from 2010, so the graphics are a little wonky. I personally don't think it's exciting enough to
Okay,
stream.
well I'll be on between 5 to 10 if you ever want to play without streaming.
Okay. Alright. I guess it wouldn't hurt to try and get some extra queue time together on Dead by Daylight or Overwatch. I'll try to squeeze stuff in. It's just hard, because one of my classes, I think I briefly mentioned it, that it's like half a semester long, but the work is twice as much, so...
I played Heavy Rain once.
You played it once? Nice. Yeah, there's a portion of the game where a little piece of, like, I guess we'll just call it NSFW. Like, one of the characters, they're just completely... There's a lot of shower scenes in the game. And the point that I'm at, we get this, like, fourth random woman character that I don't know anything about her yet, but, she just appears, and her section so far was very graphic in sense of, like, violence towards the end of her section that I've played, and then she also has a full-on just shower scene. Nothing.
Shower scenes?
There was a shower scene. First, like, 10 minutes of the game, you're playing the main character, one of the main characters, I guess anyone you play as is a partial main character, but the first guy you play as, he takes a shower, and they relatively censor that. It's not that big of a deal. But then the female character, like 2 or 3 hours into the game, she also has a full-on shower scene. It's the first time you play as her, and she's just in there. They're showing everything. They're not even trying to, like, hide it. So I didn't know they had that in that game, so I'm very grateful that I didn't try streaming it, because if I did, I probably would have had to end up taking the video down, so... Or just outright been struck, so... You know. And I don't know the ages of a lot of the people who...
That's kinda sexist.
On my part, or, like, the game's part? I think that it's just... From where I'm coming from with that, because it's like, yeah, the male shower scene, they censored his, like, private parts. They did it, you know, cleverly, clever shower scene, whatever. But when the female shower scene comes on, you can see the top half of her, and they don't censor it or anything. I guess, yeah. I mean, the fact that I have to worry about it is, like, in my honest opinion, I'd say it's like a sexist societal thing, because when a woman shows skin on YouTube especially, it's frowned upon. It becomes a different type of content entirely. But my point with all of this is I'm glad I wasn't streaming it, because I didn't see that coming, and when it happened I was like, whoa, okay, alright, it's just... let's just get past this part.
That's weird. I don't like that at all.
I mean, I don't really think they meant anything by it. I don't think it had, like, an intent or, like, real purpose, but it's just, like, I can imagine someone playing Heavy Rain, like, the game has been out for 10 years, 13 years maybe. I think it came out, like, 2010, maybe 2013, in that range. But it's like, I can only imagine content creators who didn't edit their stuff streaming that game, and then, you know, straight up just... female parts on screen, I hope. I don't know. Hopefully no one got taken down because of that. But I can definitely see that being an issue content creation-wise. I will also have that issue with the Resident Evil 4 remake, because it is so very hyper-realistic. Especially with the chainsaw.
For the heads up, I can be aware if I ever play.
Yeah, no, it's the very last character you end up meeting. She's some random woman. I still don't know anything about her. But yeah. It's pretty much... I mean, I'm not going to spoil it, because if you do ever end up playing it, but yeah. If you do, just make sure no one else is around. That's all I can say. Make sure you're not making content out of it. And if you do, definitely edit that section of the game, because, yeah. Like, it's just female anatomy. I don't really think that they were making anything weird out of it, but it's still, there's just that stigma. The stigma's there, if that makes sense. It's kind of a double standard, but I'm not trying to touch on that per se, but I'm saying that even... It would just be problematic if I streamed. That's what I'm trying to say. As a guy, it's not my place to say. I mean, I don't know. Neither here nor there. But the point is I'm playing Heavy Rain on my own. It's kind of a slow burn game. I'm enjoying it personally. But I don't know. Any Mercy skins? Oh yeah, I finished Overwatch. I completely finished it. I got the secret ending. Everything. The witch skin. Wait, is there? They have the mage one? They do.
I am glad. I would say wanna stream that, but don't know now. Haha.
Yeah, no. After that, I don't want to take any chances with it because again, I'm just streaming straight up from the PS4. I don't have any like secondary software, nothing, no other hardware like a laptop or whatever to. Well, I do have a laptop, but I'm not streaming from it, so it's like I can't make any like on the fly edits or customizations. So it's like there will be probably a 5 to 10 minute period where that live stays up after that point. So I'm saying hypothetically, if I were streaming at that section of the game, it would be up. I'd be like, oh gosh, that's not supposed to be up here. Close the stream out, go on to the desktop to delete it. So it's like, I don't know. Not to mention if we have like younger people in the chat at that time.
Yeah, don't want to be demonetized. Cough, cough, Gluskin, cough.
Yeah, that's probably the worst that I want on here, on this channel, period. Which even that is pretty bad. That's probably a lot worse than just female anatomy, but I know people are offended by female anatomy, so... I mean, I don't know. Okay, so they charge $1,500 for the seasonal skin. I see now. Oh, I see. Sealbim. Games are $1,500. Might. I don't play Mercy. I don't know why I'm thinking about buying her skins, but this mage skin, that blue and white combo, I might just pick it up. Misfortune. Well, hey, mage is in there for 1,500 coins in case you're interested, because I know you weren't able to get that one. I also don't think you were. Which is also a 1,500.
Mage is very good.
Yeah, in my opinion, it's a pretty good skin. Moira. Drop my phone, darn it. Oh yeah, we did get this Moira skin, which is not bad. It's one of her few really good skins. She has no equipment. Okay. I used Venus for so long, and it's not a bad skin, but I think Demon Queen is better. Surprisingly, but I rarely play Moira.
Sad.
That's fair. I wish we could kill Moira in lore. That's terrible. What Zen skins do we not have? My Zenyatta skins are decked out, so I'm not too down bad about it. Also, I read this tweet on, obviously, Twitter. I read this post, and apparently the devs said, for Dead by Daylight, they said Fang Min's name is pronounced completely different than what everyone thinks. Like, it's spelled out phonetically in English as Fang Min, obviously, as everyone pronounces it. But the way they said that it's, like, supposed to be culturally pronounced is, like, Min Fung. So the E is effectively a U sound. So it's supposed to be Fung Min or Min Fung if you want to like do it completely culturally. So everyone's been saying her name wrong, and I guess there's like this whole aspect of the Dead by Daylight community that's like culturally unaware.
I said it like how you did, but I just Min.
See how I did? I mean, yeah.
The second one.
Fung Min? Really? With the U or the E? So we're to say.
Say.
Okay. I mean, calling her Min is probably just easier anyways, especially for callouts.
Not the U.
Really? I didn't know that that's how it's pronounced. So, I mean, my mistake if I ever... I know I'm gonna... It's like muscle memory to say Fang Min. So I know for a fact I'm gonna continuously make that mistake. I'll try to correct myself. But I think calling her Min might just be the better approach. I don't know. I'm not trying to be like culture unaware or anything.
Her first name is Min to laugh.
Yeah. I didn't really read up on her lore. I know that she did a lot of gaming, and she kind of like got depressed and like delve into like alcoholism. I don't know if that's right. That's briefly a couple of synopses. I don't know how you plural that, but it's kind of what I read. She was a very competitive gamer, and I think things kind of went downhill. I don't know if she lost or if her family just didn't like accept her. It's been so long since I've read it, I'm just tossing
You
out.
are correct.
Yeah? Something along those lines. That's briefly what I know. I think she's a cool character. I don't really think
She
she's...
needs its own story.
She needs its own story? Yeah, I just wish Hattie got cosmetics. And Min getting her 18th cosmetic for the week. No. I don't think I'd care that much if everyone like proportionally also received cosmetics. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh! And the new chapter, everyone is flipping out about Skull Merchant's one of her outfits, which is insane to me. That entire like, do you know anything about that? So the Skull Merchant is gonna have a cosmetic where, again, it's a little more revealing.
I don't mind, but then again I play a lot of characters.
Yeah. Which I do too. I'm not too like bent out of shape about it. I just wish Hattie got a little more love, especially when Vittorio gets like 18 skins because what, he's hot, like conventionally attractive guy. Okay, buddy. I think it's silly that that's the way they're gonna market things. I'm not a fan of that myself.
What do you mean? Her new outfit?
Yeah, so she has this new cosmetic. It's like red. I think there's two different variations of it. It's just an alternate outfit, and it's pretty revealing. She has like skin. I think like her midriff is showing, like part of her legs are showing. Obviously, I think her like arms and shoulders are showing. But everyone just keeps saying that it's like this hypersexualized thing, this, that, and the other. And it's such an odd complaint because literally in the game right now we have two female characters, two of the biggest female characters in the game, Huntress and the Spirit, who are wearing, you know, like beachwear. Why is no one like throwing a tantrum about that? I think they're literally just hating on Skull Merchant for the sake of causing a ruckus. I don't know. It's so weird to me. Like I said, I don't get everyone's weird like
Dorks laugh.
dorks. That's the best way to put it. It's so weird. Like, why is it bothersome? I don't know. Because, like, Vittorio literally... I mean, again, I think there's that double standard in terms of, like, stigmatizing female sexualization. But Vittorio has how many shirtless skins? They straight up gave this medieval guy, like, a faded haircut, you know...
Also the shirtless characters in summer outfits.
Literally. There's a Dave skin where he's shirtless. It's like, where is this coming from? This community is so unbelievably, like, silly. It's a bunch of goobers. How are you gonna get mad at this Skull Merchant? Like, okay, I get she has her problems, mechanically, gameplay-wise. Like, she doesn't look super interesting to me. I know that there's people who like her, but, I mean, it's still cool to get a character. I think she has a really cool design, and it's like, sure, if the skin shows skin... Okay, that's... sounded redundant, but if her cosmetic shows her skin, then who cares? There's so many different things. Like, you can look at half of the female character skins. You can look at most of the male character skins. Like, where it's just so inconsistent with how they're judging. Oh, Dead by Daylight's this hypersexualized game. Like, that's kind of been their marketing scheme the last two chapters. With, I mean, I don't know. I still don't think it's like the super inappropriate thing, and people are treating it like that. Like, she has a literal, like, full-on just no clothes skin, and that's not what it is. She has stuff covering her parts of her body.
I think with the Skull Merchant, they are more focused on the anniversary chapter, so this is why it is not that great.
I can see that. I also see people theorizing that it was supposed to be the Predator, like the alien monster, because of the very similar weapon and like technology ideas. Which is an interesting thought. I do wonder if that was a thing, because Predator Hunting Grounds is a game that exists. It's like a 4v... I think it's also a 4v1 asymmetrical type deal, but the 4 survivors are like military people with guns, and you're trying to fight the Predator. You're, you know, doing all that fun stuff. So it's like it's a much more hands-on, violent-esque Dead by Daylight type deal. But it's just so odd to me that they're choosing this hill to die on and fight on to begin with. Like, oh, Skull Merchant's so sexualized. It's like, okay, then where is that energy for Vittorio when he was released? Where is that energy for the 2 new literal swimsuit skins that we got for, you know, Hooked on You for the,
I doubt that. Behavior admit to not stealing the exact power in case they get Predator another time.
I would love to have Predator in the game. I think he's such a cool character. Like, it is such a cool character. Whatever. Predator's a very cool character. I would love to get him in there. I've honestly wanted to get Predator Hunting Grounds for so long, but apparently the game is like half dead, and I don't want to spend $20 on a game that seems to be pretty hard to get into, on top of the fact that it's dead or it's dying. But who knows? I don't know. We also have that Texas Chainsaw Massacre game coming out, which seems a little silly to me. I follow them on Instagram. Like, I'm looking at their posts and stuff like that, and everyone in the comments like starts roasting them.
People just needs a hammer bonged to the head for being dorks.
I agree. It's just, it's inconsistent. It's silly to do that, because it's like there's no precedent for that. What's the freaking word? I guess even if you wanted to say that the Skull Merchant's clothes were a little promiscuous, you can make that argument for literally most of the skins that have existed in the game. Like, half the dresses are relatively revealing. Like, you can see the female's shoulders, you can see their legs. That, like I said, David has a shirtless skin. Vittorio now has shirtless skins. It's like, where was this same energy? Where is it coming from? Why is it here now? Like, it's such an outcry
They
for...
be just negative just to be negative. That is it.
I'm trying, yeah, quite honestly. I'm trying to apply logic to people who don't have any logic to begin with, so that's why I'm caught up in this loop of, like, it's just so inconsistent. I don't know. I digress, though. The survivors look cool. I think they're cool, like, design-wise. Interesting that they have, like, the whole kite fighting deal going on. And that they're siblings, that's interesting. I definitely want to read up on their lore. I don't know much about their perks, though. I know people were saying one of the perks was problematic because it's too strong, but you also have to have, like, 12 different conditions of being exhausted.
They were okay to me, but I got others I would prefer to play.
Yeah. I might just buy the survivors, I don't know. We'll check them out when they actually hit the game. I'm not going to sit here and theorize. Like, we'll let behavior do their thing, do their jobs. Am I really excited about the chapter? No, not really, but my hopes have now, like, went from here to Anniversary, because it's like, there's always that possibility for Stranger Things. This is a non-licensed chapter, it's original, so that means the next chapter might be licensed, which, heck yeah. I would very happily take that. I can't wait to theorize and speculate, especially with that. I don't know. Okay, let's see. Is there any Cassidy skins we want? His recent skins have been pretty not great. Like, Invisible Man's kind of silly, in my opinion. Space Raider's okay. Didn't he have one more? Forest Ranger, that was the skin.
So you predicting Stranger Things?
I really hope it's Stranger Things. Do I think it's going to be Stranger Things? Probably not. Here's one called Sage. It's green, nice. So there's Lifeguard, Magistrate, Undead. So we're not missing any good Cassidy stuff. Doomfist.
What do you think then?
See, now, if we go under the assumption that it's a licensed chapter, I have to ask myself, what licensed chapters are left? Like, what other, like, relatively popular horror movies that we know for a fact are going to sell well in a game like Dead by Daylight, who can, like, also, you know, have an intricate power of their own? Given how recent it is, I don't think that it would be the case, but I'd hate to say it, but it might be Art the Clown. That's the most recent thing.
Can you guess my prediction, haha?
Can I guess your prediction? Probably Outlast. That would be a valid option. I think Outlast would be awesome for an anniversary. I think that would be booming if they can do that chapter right. I would love to see an Outlast chapter. I would adore that. My top picks, I'd probably say Stranger Things #1, #2 would be Outlast, and #3, probably Jason. Jason Voorhees. I don't know how they would incorporate him into the game, but I think that they can find a way. I think they can kind of take their own creative liberties the way they did with Michael. Like his whole stalking and gaining evil and getting stronger by that logic, and, you know. I don't know exactly how they can incorporate Jason into the game, but I think they can. If they do that, they'll be golden. It'll be pretty cool.
The school, oh my god, too perfect because unlike Asylum, not too big, not too small.
I completely agree. I think it would be great if they do it in that way. Totally there. But if I had to like take probability guesses, like again, my personal choices would be Stranger Things, Outlast, and Jason. But for what we can get, we're probably going to get, I hate to say it, but Art the Clown is pretty high up there. It's a possibility. Because I know people were advocating for it, but I mean, I myself am an avid disliker of the character and the...
Art the Clown ain't anniversary worthy laugh.
I don't think so either. But a whole bunch of people wanted him in the game. The dude was getting like positive reception and support. There were the occasional people like myself who called him out on being like a desperate like beggar over Twitter. It's like, that's just kind of pathetic. That's so unprofessional. Like, how are you gonna sit there and strike a business deal by crying over Twitter and replying to the people under your post like, I don't want him to be a legendary cosmetic, he needs to be his own character because he's just that cool. Like, buddy, no. Your movie is gratuitous horror for 2 hours. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Ain't that great too.
That's what I mean. Like, I'm not trying to be a hater, but this guy is blowing his creation out of proportion immensely. Like, sure, gratuitous horror is all there is. He doesn't really have this like super crazy, I don't know. I don't think he's anniversary worthy, but all things considered, from the reception he got and the support, we very well could see some sort of Art the Clown.
Actor, good job. Character, not that much.
Oh no, the actors blew it out of the water. I always give props to the actors because they aren't the ones sitting there begging on Twitter to have their likeness put into a video game. But actors are always very undercredited, in my opinion, especially with something like that where there's so much other surrounding buzz and energy. They kind of get overlooked. But I think the actors did well. The final girl in Terrifier 2, I think that was the recent one. She did great. She could be a good, decent survivor, I guess. Perks would be a little iffy.
Aliens?
Aliens could be interesting too. I can put that on like a number 4 slot. Do I think that they'd get into the game? I'm not sure. Oh, dude, how cool would it be to see a xenomorph in Dead by Daylight though? Like, I think about that and I'm like, yeah, that would be pretty awesome. And there is a whole drove of choices that they can use for powers. Like, I can definitely get behind that.
Could please a lot.
Oh, heck yeah. No, I agree. I want another thing like Demogorgon, which is like this indiscriminate, terrifying creature. Gosh, that reminds me. They have a lot of manga mentions in the lore for Brazilian characters. Now, mind you, as far as I know, this is from my limited knowledge, but manga is like Japanese comics and like art styles and stuff like that. These characters are Brazilian. At least the siblings are. So I have to guess by extension that Adriana, the skull merchant, is she Brazilian as well? Because she mentions like manga being her driving motivator. And I get it, obviously. Like, I'm in America. We have manga here. It's not impossible to have those things imported or come from a different place. But I think they definitely could have taken like...
There is always a possibility of a third Resident Evil chapter.
That's true too.
I believe.
I think that they can cap off Anniversary until the Resident Evil chapter. Oh my goodness, if we get Heisenberg, if we get Lady Dimitrescu, if we get Miranda, I would love to see it. Imagine we get Moreau. No, but yeah, I find it interesting that they made a Brazilian character's motivation manga, which is Japanese, and there's already a little bit of Asian representation in Dead by Daylight. And again,
They would take all your money, laugh.
Oh, they would. Unless it was Moreau. I would exclusively go out of my way to not buy Moreau. But if they did put Ethan in the game, if they put Ethan in Dead by Daylight as a survivor, he will be my main. I will prestige 100 that character. I will make him decked out. I would speedrun Dead by Daylight if they put Ethan Winters in the game. Especially if they put his like village clothes. I love his outfit in Village. The big jacket.
I do believe you, laugh.
Yeah, no, if they put Ethan in there, it's a wrap. Dead by Daylight main game, peak. You know, but I just find it interesting that they made the Brazilian character like motivated by manga. Not that there's anything inherently wrong with that, but I feel like there's probably like wells of like Brazilian lore and stories that they could have went off of to make the chapter a little more immersive, especially since outwardly speaking, like I said, the survivors look good. I like the sister a little more than the brother. I'll be honest. I like her character design overall. The brother's cosmetics are a little wonky. Like, they shave his head in one of his beach cosmetics. I think it's one of... I don't know. But they, like, completely shave his head, and I just find that weird. Seems weird for the character. I don't know. Not the point.
Renato looks goofy, laugh.
He looks a little goofy. Because at first... When I first saw him, I was like, is that a girl? Because I know that there was the female survivor. I was like, okay, I know for a fact that's a girl. And I don't even mean to sit there and be offensive, but, like... Initially, when I just saw the leaks and the screenshots of his portrait, I was like, oh, we got two female survivors. Yeah, he's a hippie. I can get behind that. But I saw him and I thought he was a girl, so I was like, oh, we're getting two sisters. And then I looked into it more. I was like, wait, that's not a girl. That is a boy. That is a male. Whatever, I don't know. No offense to anyone or anything, but I saw that and I was like, oh, okay. But I think the sister, I don't remember her name. She's probably my favorite character out of the chapter. Skull Merchant's kind of growing on me, but like in comparison to other characters, like there's no way I'm going to pick her over Demogorgon. Demogorgon's such a cool character, but she doesn't have like excessive appeal.
Palita.
Yeah. She's probably my favorite design character out of the whole chapter. I think she looks the best, but it is what it is. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who they can do for anniversary. Again, Alien would be cool. Predator would be cool. Shoot.
How about the new improved map?
I actually haven't watched too much gameplay from the chapter, but from the little bits I've seen from like Twitter clips, I think it looks pretty good. I think it's always fun to have that level of like outward change, like when you go into a new map. I think it's pretty cool. It's always fun. I don't know. I want to get more Drunkard Queen skins, but she's just not decked out like that. Zarya, we already have her good skins. Wait, what Zarya skin am I using? Okay, my main one, my favorite Zarya skin. I don't know. Workout, kind of meh.
Yeah, kinda disappointed they only improved the Macmillan instead of a full robotic lair.
Yeah. It just seems underwhelming, but I think you make a great point with the fact that they're probably going to be focusing more on Anniversary, which is fair. Barbarian's okay. It's an alright skin. Zarya's just kind of rough around the edges, skin-wise. It also feels like Winston is, too. Like, Winston doesn't have any, like, really outstanding skins. Other than his Flying Ace one. I really love that one. Wukon's okay. Catcher's kind of meh. Tactical meh. Gargoyle's good. Yeti's okay. Werewolf's okay.
They got something big, I have that feeling.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like there's got to be more. I feel bad for them though, because it's like they put all. I mean, I know the reception so far hasn't been bad, especially with the whole entire like them mentioning the sexualization or whatever. I don't know. It's like all of this like wave of negativity from the community. It's gotta suck being in the devs position. Like I definitely sympathize with them at the moment. They're probably seeing all this, and I can only imagine
The
how.
current workers who did it.
Yeah. I can only imagine how. What's the specific word I'm looking for? Like I don't know. Dissatisfied isn't the word I'm looking for, but you got to imagine like how like disheartening. That's probably the best word I can use for that. It's like seeing all this stuff you put work into, just everyone ragging on it, like, oh, this sucks, this is trash. Why are they sexualizing the females? And it's just like that should have.
Disappointed.
I mean, yeah, they're probably disappointed, but like disheartened. Like that's gotta suck to put all of that effort into that just to get all of the negative reception that they're getting. It's just so unwarranted. The amount of hate. Like,
Disheartening is better.
yeah, that's the word I was looking for. But I definitely feel bad for the devs and the people who worked on it, right? Because it's like, wow, that sucks. Because like I get it, you know, bad chapter, but those are still people that worked on that and put effort into it, and you know, to have it trashed that hard sucks. And I get it, the community
Well,
needs to
I
give
think they
reception.
did good. I prefer this over the night.
Prefer 'em over the night. Personally, I have this hatred for Vittorio because of the way that they introduced him into the game. Like they literally turned him into this conventionally attractive, please buy now. It's literally what that screams to me when I see Vittorio. I'm like, you're not telling me that this knight from the freaking 1600s has a fade. And all of the, I don't know, it's so silly. I hate the fact that the skull merchant's getting pinned for being sexualized, which it's not even that bad. And Vittorio was literally like this, supposed to be this walking Giga Chad from the 1600s. Like, you do not look like that when you're from the 1600s. You show me one picture from someone in the 1600s who looked like that, and I will eat my words. But until that point, no, that's not real. I don't care. No way. And they freaking get on this chapter so hard. It's overhated. It's definitely overhated. It's very bland, but I think overhated is the best way I can put it. I don't know. I'm excited to play as the sister for a little bit. If I'm really feeling generous, I'll just buy the whole chapter. I'm definitely probably going to wait for it to go on sale. Probably buy the sister with shards just to play her early. Because like I said, I like her design, so I mean, she looks good. We'll take it. I do need Resident Evil 6 Leon, though. Oh, they're also speculating that we'll get Resident Evil 5 Jill.
For me, Skull Merchant is who I am most excited for.
Yeah? I mean, she herself, like I said, she's kind of growing on me. She looks interesting. She looks, you know, cool. Casually cool. It's not something I'm like, oh, super hyped about, but it's like, she doesn't look as bad. Like, I think I had a much more negative idea seeing her. Because again, like I said, I was fighting my own expectations of like this super mechanical, futuristic person who might be able to control robots and Terminator-esque.
I certainly expect RE5 Jill.
I can't wait for RE5 Jill. If we get RE5 Jill, then that's a wrap. I will snag that skin. RE6 Leon, though, I'm looking forward to that as well. Is there RE6 Ada? Did Ada wear anything different? I don't want another like red dress Ada for $10.
Yup.
Apparently, Ada Wong is not her real name. I think they delve into it a little bit in the later games, but Ada Wong is not her real name. She has an entirely different name that we don't know, which is presumably her real name, but Ada Wong I don't think is her real name. Unless she was speaking metaphorically, but I came across that little bit of news.
Says who laugh.
So man, I really don't want to spoil it too much, but apparently I believe it's in RE6 where Ada's like monologuing to herself and she gets this cutscene where she's like, I think this is like, she says, and I quote,
Are these same people who say Chris Canty red?
it might be, I don't know. I follow a lot of like Resident Evil trivia accounts on Twitter, and they mention stuff like that. They're just like, oh, apparently Chris is illiterate, which doesn't make sense to me because Claire literally wrote him a letter. Or no, he wrote Claire a letter. So, I mean, I don't know. Evidence does not back that claim. But then again, there's the entire debate of the canonicity of the remade game, or the remade games, let me say that properly. I've seen the occasional person say, oh, the remake games aren't canon. RE3 is not canon. Remake. RE2 remake is not canon. But if you want to go by that route, Resident Evil 2 or Resident Evil 4 remake is following the events of the RE2 remake, so
I am on the remake canon.
maybe it's a different universe. I don't know if you really wanted to take it that route, but I don't know. Yeah, so it looks like Ada does have her own separate outfit. She just kind of has like this red button-up shirt and some like black leather pants. And she has high heels that'll probably get nerfed into the ground if they come into Dead by Daylight, so we know for a fact she's going to be wearing freaking Skechers.
Capcom fixing the story basically.
I think that's what they're doing. It's really hard to like retrospect a game that far into the past. Like when they were making RE1 and 2, I really don't think that they thought that I'm dying. I don't think that they foresaw the game becoming as big as it did. I mean, maybe they did. Maybe I'm completely wrong in that. But when you're in that position of making that game, I think your main mindset is let's get this story done, let's get it printed out, and let's get it, retailed. So people can buy the game, see if they like it. So it's like you never have foresight as to whether or not something's going to blow up. So obviously, throughout time, there became all of those different like retcons and contrivances and contradictions through the story, where it's just like,
4 could even be horror now.
I think they're taking that route. It's supposed to be a little scarier. I think they're also doing more with Leon's character. But I swear, they're apparently cutting out a lot of the lines. Like, we haven't got to the point in my playthrough yet, but Luis makes a comment about Ashley where he's like, oh, it looks like the president's daughter is armed with ballistics, referring to her being... How can I say it? I don't want to say it. But he's referring...
Still remember us laughing and joking laugh.
Yeah. But Luis makes a comment about Ashley. He's like, oh, it looks like the president's daughter's armed with ballistics, which he's referring to her physique, I guess. That's the best way I'll put that. They're removing that line because directly from Japanese, the translation, I believe Luis verbatim, and here, hold on. The Japanese one specifically says, and I quote from Luis, he says something... Gosh. He basically says, Ashley, you have large breasts, and that's what he's saying. That's what Luis says in the Japanese one. He directly comments on that, and when it came to the like US version of voice acting, they came up with that ballistics line. So it's like he was still being kind of creepy, but they turned it into a joke. And now in the 4 remake, they're completely cutting it out.
ISNT Shia team. Creepy dude.
That's just Luis's personality, but I will admit that comment was a little creepy. No, she's like 20. I believe she's 20. I remember seeing that somewhere. I don't know if that's accurate. She might be like 18. Not that makes it better. Luis is probably this like 30, 40-year-old guy, so it's still really creepy coming from him, but... Let's see, Ashley Graham's age.
Don't look like it in original XS. Laugh.
There is a actress or model called Ashley Graham. That's not who I'm looking for. I'm looking for the Resident Evil 4 Ashley Graham. Gosh dang it. She's 20. Daughter of the President of the United States, Ashley was kidnapped and taken to Spain to fulfill a plan for a power play. Even though she's 20, she tends to be rather helpless and comes off as a bit younger, according to IGN. And the Capcom fandom says that she is 20 years old. There's literally a Reddit post here. This is kind of cringe. User Marijuana Guy on Reddit says, for the nerds complaining about pedophilia, Ashley is 20 years old. But, I mean, Luis is also like 30 to 40 years old. Let's see how old Luis is. I mean, I guess if you want to take the complete legality into it, sure, it's legal. I don't know about Spain's laws, but in the U.S., the consensus age of consent is 18.
Still creepy.
I agree. How old is Luis, though? Leon also has a creepy-ish line. It depends on how you look at it. Because between him and Ashley, I think there's a more endearing relationship that they make. Whereas Luis runs into Ashley and immediately makes that comment offhand. It's really weird. Oh, Luis is 28. (28 to 29) seems to be the consensus. Holy moly! So he's technically only 8 years older than her, but that's still.
What did Capcom plan in original?
I have no idea. But basically, in Japanese, that's just an example of how things are gonna play out. Is like. Japanese was this very raw. Luis says, and I quote Ashley, you have big boobs, and then RE4, the whole ballistics line from Luis.
Leon creepy, hard to believe.
So there's this scene where Leon jumps down this like stair thing. I don't remember the specific context, but Leon jumps down at a certain height, and Ashley goes with him, and they both land. I forget verbatim what the conversation is, but Leon's like, I knew you'd be okay because you'd land on your butt. And it eventually, like, I mean, not eventually, but that, you know, he's saying she has a big butt. But he was a little more less creepy and more like, haha, funny joke about it. Rather than Luis just outright saying, wow, miss, you have big honkers. Like, I don't know. Luis kind of odd. But he is 28, which is a lot younger than I had anticipated, but still nevertheless creepy. I don't think that really...
Okay, that was not as bad as I thought.
Yeah, no, people did have a problem with that line. I think it's endearing. I think it kind of shows the friendship between Ashley and Leon, or the dynamic. It seems like a big brotherly line. I don't think it's like a... I don't know. Granted, let me clarify here. Saying it in the sense of like brotherly love. Probably shouldn't be telling your sister that she has a big butt, but that's not what I'm saying. It just seemed a lot more endearing, is what I'm trying to say. Coming from Leon,
just similar to going to the bingo.
Yeah, it's just kind of Leon quirky banter, essentially. But no, my point is, through and through, I hope that they don't take that bingo line out. I really, really, really hope they keep that bingo line in there. Because that's gold. That's literally peak Resident Evil. Because that will never not be an awesome line. Like, man is literally amidst the village being attacked on the verge of death.
Your first time reactions would be fun. Laugh.
I probably laughed as hard as I did there when we were playing it on live. Because it's such a great line. Like, where's everyone going? Bingo? It's just... I hope they don't drop that line. Like, there's no reason to drop that line. I get they probably want to, like, have it be more, like, emotionally driven Leon with PTSD, but I still think that it's pivotal to Resident Evil lore that Leon canonically says, where is everybody going? Bingo? That needs to be there. If that is not there, game drops instantly by 5 stars. I don't care how well it runs, so long as I, on my PS4 base 500 gigabytes, can hear Leon say that, even in 20 frames, I will be happy. I will have been satisfied. I don't know. It's great stuff. They're also keeping another character we'll end up meeting in the playthrough down the line. They're keeping Krauser, which if you know anything about RE4, you know who Krauser is. And that was like my least...
I'll be okay with that one line laugh.
Yeah. So long as they keep that, I don't care what they remove. Personally, I'm not a big fan of like censorship in media. I think it sucks. But if they have to make those accommodations with Luis being creepy, that's fair. I completely understand that. That's not even censorship. That's just them like making it not awkward and uncomfortable to play the game. But the bingo line is just so harmless. They need to keep it in there. It's gold. It's literally top tier. I don't know. RE4 is like top 5 Resident Evil games for that sole reason. Shoot, I don't know. I was also looking.
I don't know this Krauser.
Oh, Krauser. Yeah, I forgot we're talking about him. He's a character. Apparently, he has like past with Leon, and Leon knows him, and he's like one of the pivotal antagonists throughout the game. And we'll meet him later, but it's just so random how shoehorned he is into the game. Like you'd think he would have appeared in like Resident Evil 2 with how he pulls up in Resident Evil 4. I was like, who is this guy? Because at that point, I had only played the 2 remake, and I had jumped to 4, because I didn't have 3 yet. So I was like, what the heck? Did I miss something in Resident Evil 3? I thought that was a whole different, like, ballpark. I didn't think it was Leon's story. I thought it was whole, it was Jill's. Which it was. And granted, I wasn't, like, far into the games at that point, or caught up on the lore. So seeing this guy that just knows Leon, calls him out by name, Leon's like, I know you. We were in the academy together. I was like, who is this schmuck? Where did he come from? So it's. I'll give more commentary on it when we get to that point in the story when we play through RE4. But he's apparently still in the game, so I hope they like mend the way his character works. Because as it stands in Resident Evil 4 original, it just doesn't. I think he kind of sucks. I think Krauser was like the weakest part of the game.
Was he good or bad?
Well, he's a bad guy. He's one of the antagonists. I don't really like his character, though. Like I said, he just kind of pulls up. It's like we're supposed to know him and stuff like that. And it's just like, you telling me that I know this character does not make him well written in this story. Like, he just kind of shoehorned in there. I know people complain about the island, but I mean, it's more gameplay, so I don't really care.
Yeah, I don't know him, haha.
Yeah, no. Yeah. But he appears in Resident Evil 4 and he talks and like he's introduced as if he's been in the series for 2 games. And it's just like, I don't know this guy. Kind of breaks immersion for a bit. But like I said, we'll get to that point when we get there. I think you'll see how... I don't know. I mean, obviously he establishes himself throughout the game as an antagonist. But like, right off the bat, you're just like, who is this schmuck?
Does he die laugh?
I actually don't remember. I think he does. I think we kill him. I guess minute spoilers for Resident Evil 4. I think Krauser dies. It's a whole crazy thing. But, yeah, because I want to, personally, I want to get all the outfits for Resident Evil 4.
Schmuck dies quickly.
Eventually. He's pretty prominent probably up until like the 17th hour of the game. Like if the game is 20 hours, he's there till hour like 16. He probably appears in like hour 6 or 7. If I had to just toss like random numbers out. But he's there for like a little bit before the middle point of the game, but he's gone before the very end of the game. I don't know if they kept him alive or if he's dead, but I remember he's like no longer a threat, so I have to assume that he's killed. We kill him. I don't know, but yeah, for the outfits, I can't find like a physical version of Resident Evil 4 Deluxe Edition, so I need to see. I think what I'm gonna do is I'll buy the PS4 like base physical version, and then hopefully by the time that the game comes out, there will be a separate pack for the DLC. Because I know they did that with Village as well.
Are you getting digitally?
Well, see, that's the thing I'm not sure about, because the deluxe edition comes with all of the outfits and all of the extras and stuff like that, which is cool. I want that stuff. But there's no digital, or there's no deluxe edition physically. At least not that I know of. Because I keep looking, I'm researching it, I look all over the place, like maybe we'll update it, or we'll get updates on it as days go by and we get closer to the game, but nothing. So I'm probably going to get it physically and then download or buy the DLC stuff digitally. So buy the actual game physically, DLC digitally. Hopefully they have that add-on option.
ILL help you too.
Okay. One second. Alright, sorry.
Won't it be cheaper to get deluxe instead of normal and DLC?
Technically, yeah, I think it's gonna be probably like $5 to $10 more. Because usually when you don't buy the deluxe edition, the DLC is probably $5 to $10 on its own. So buying the base game for like $59.99 MSRP USD, and then buying the deluxe edition, it's probably gonna end up costing probably $80 in comparison to the $69.99 that the deluxe edition is on the PS4 store, PlayStation store, digitally. But I also have all of my games physically for Resident Evil, so I'm going to have to keep that up.
Do you just want the case mainly?
Yeah, and I know sometimes GameStop employees are really cool about that, like they'll give you the case for free, but given the game is so new, I highly doubt they'll give me the display one. I highly doubt that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm surprised this is still a thing here. Cupid Hanzo is so uncomforting. I don't know, but I think we're gonna call it there. I gotta go do some exercise stuff, and then I gotta get back to schoolwork. But yeah, unfortunately Overwatch is still kind of dry. But eventually I guess we should be getting the mid-season patch eventually soon here. I don't know. We'll play it by ear, but thank you for stopping by. I know we have 2 people in here, one being Star, which again, as always, thank you for discussing and hanging out.
Well, alright, good long talk, laugh, see you soon.
Yeah, no, take it easy. Thank you for stopping by. I'll see you guys later.